United Hatzalah is an organization that has been at the forefront throughout this war and were the first ones to witness the horrors of October 7. ILTV's Emily Schrader sat with United Hatzalah EMT, Yechiel Gorfine.
Yechiel, thank you so much for joining us here in studio today. I know you were a first responder on October 7th, and I was wondering if you can share a little bit with us about what your experience was with United Hatzalah on that day.
Yeah, so October 7th, I started like everyone. First thing in the morning when the sirens started going off from the villages around the Gaza, and slowly went towards center of Israel. I got up, I heard like all the sirens in my phone and on the Hatzalah group. I decided I'm going down towards the road to help them like I do every time where there's missiles without knowing what's going on this time. As I was heading down towards the road, I started getting all of the details from volunteers that are already on scene that I have terrorists going around and shooting. In 1 minute of think, I said, all right, let's stop for a minute, understand what's going on, and then continue on going in, because it makes no sense to just run in without knowing what's going really on. So I stopped on the way. Eventually, the missiles ran after me. I found myself just going from place to place around Rehovot in direct heads for missiles until like around morning time, like later, 2 hours to into this whole thing. I decided, all right, I have to go help where I really need to, where people are fighting and need our help. And I headed down up towards Sderot. And I found myself from the morning together with all of the volunteers. So it's all this going around and collecting injured people, civilians, army people, and this transiting from over to the hospitals all around Israel. Towards the evening time, I found myself in the entrance to Be'eri. When I got there, first of all, the whole way, just bodies laying down, cars burned. We were able to hear the whole way the shooting from the terrorists from inside Be'eri, from the villages next to Kfar Aza and all of those areas. In the entrance to Be'eri, I met the soldiers that are already there fighting and trying to reclaim the whole thing. And basically, I found myself through the whole evening, the whole day, and the whole night, and the whole half of the Sunday day, just standing in the entrance of Be'eri and getting all of the soldiers that were injured from inside Be'eri that were bringing out to us to the entrance of Be'eri. We get them the first response on the scene, and then we transfer them over to the ambulance with ambulances, either to the hospitals or to the 699 helicopters to take them over to the hospitals.
Now, I understand you have a kind of a special story from this day of immense tragedy, I can only imagine. But this story of Be'eri, a dog who was instrumental in the rescue efforts a little bit later. Can you share with us more about this special pet?
So first I'll stay first in October 7th. One of my ways to go through this whole thing was to be there, but not really be there, not to feel what's going on, to block myself from what's going on around. But one point in the night, I heard about on the army radio that they're bringing out to us some injured people. I was ready to get injured people, really, but when the car opened the doors, I saw the injured dog, a canine dog that was injured. He got shot from the terrorist inside. For the first moment, I was mixed up. I'm like, I never treated the dogs. I have no idea how to treat them. But in half a minute after, when I realized how the soldier that was with him is so connected, and I understood that now I have to save this dog, like I saved H1. So I just started treating him like I treated every person, basically the same way. And while we were treating them, we found there a doctor, or a soldier doctor, that he's also a vet. And he enjoyed us to do the first response on the scene.
Incredible.
And right afterwards, we transferred them over dog and his soldier over to the hospital to continue on treatment. We got to save the dog, and that was the moment in the whole tragedy that I really all of a sudden I realized what happens, and I actually started crying also on the scene.
Of course,
it was really hard. But that brought me over to my next stage after this whole, when we finished like this whole thing's a couple days of there. It's that I realized I have to help myself also. And I always had this dream to enjoy the United Hatzalah team, the Chosen team, the team that helps people that go through tragedy to go through the whole process and to go back to normal. And one of the ways to go through it's through dog therapy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's something that really helped me many times around. And I decided in that moment that I have to get involved in the dog therapy, and not just to help myself, and also to help other people afterwards. So that's how I got my little puppy. She'll be big, but now she's still small and litter. And I named her Barry because the moment when I got the idea that I have to go and to get involved in another way of helping people, and that was in Barry when I saved that Orchid's dog, Tiger. So
it's beautiful. It's really a testament to Hatzalah's commitment to all lives, even our furry friends. Well, Yechiel, we are out of time, but I want to thank you so much for your courage and your bravery and your strength, going through some of the most, I think, hideous things imaginable that you've witnessed. So thank you for that, and thank you for sharing with us today.
Thank you.